Three, two, one.
Hi
Hi
everybody.
everybody.
Welcome
Welcome
to our
to our
episode
episode
3 of
three
the Playing
of
on
the Playing
Easy
on Easy
podcast.
podcast.
Um,
Um,
we have a lot of cool
we
stuff
have
we're
a
going
lot
to
of cool
talk
stuff
about
we're going to
today,
talk about today,
and we're
and
super
we're super
excited.
excited.
And it's just the four of us today. It's me, Grandmaster Brand. We have Sandwich here. We have the one and only and very tall Blessy, and then we have Silver Lancer, of course, here with us today. Um, so what have you guys been doing lately? I don't know who wants to go first, so I'll just ask you guys and let you tell us.
Well, you usually choose somebody to go first. So I'm just saying.
Okay, Silver, you get to go first.
Of
What
course
is
I do.
what have you been doing?
Other than work per normal, I've been playing more of Cyberpunk, just completing side quests and basically running the main story now. Now that I've done literally everything else in the game, been looking at different my next set of games I'm going to be playing and doing reviews on, and other than that, just been I picked up a book series that I'm gonna be reading. So yeah, that's about my week so far. Bless you. What about you?
That's so good, guys. Um,
Thank
so
you.
I've actually had a really busy week. I finished setting up the Discord. The Discord link is now public. You can find it down below in the description. Um, we also set up or got the new intro song that you probably seen at the beginning of this video. We got that done. A friend of mine, Lizard Beach, actually, you can find him on SoundCloud. That's who we went to for that. Um, so we really appreciate that. Other than that, I've been on Overwatch 2, honestly, which I do want to go ahead and say that Overwatch 2 has had probably the worst launch for a video game I have ever seen.
Really?
Yes, the first 2 days, the servers were getting DDoS to where very few people were even able to get into the game. So I waited it out like the first day and a half. Um, and then whenever I personally tried to get it on, there was like 700 people in the server queue before me. So like, obviously I want to play the game. It's new. So I chill out. I kick back. I watch some YouTube and I wait for the queue. I look back and I'm like 200 in queue, something like that. And this has been like an hour, a little longer. And then I see like this, I get a message as I'm looking at the queue saying that the servers are about to shut down for maintenance. So I waited an hour to play this game in queue, and the servers shut down before I could even log
You
in.
waited an hour for maintenance? That's rough.
I I waited an hour for the queue before the maintenance even began. So I had to wait. I just waited to the next day.
You just
But
kept
whenever I
listening to
did,
YouTube.
I, I swear. So I will say though, once I did get into the game, I had fun playing. It's basically the same game. They call it Overwatch 2. I call it Overwatch 2.0. It's basically Overwatch with better shaders. It looks great. It looks amazing compared to Overwatch 1, but it's basically the same game. Uh, it's they still are having issues with their servers. Sometimes you can log in and you get straight in. Sometimes you got a little bit of a queue, but I haven't had the first time that I logged in. Whenever I was like 2000th in queue or whatever, that was only one time. But yeah, I've had really good fun playing the game. I've played with a couple of friends, and we've been playing quite a bit over the weekend. And I think the servers are actually down right now, or I'd probably be there instead of here. So, yeah, that's what I've been
Right
doing
on.
this week.
Wow, love that.
My intro was not up to Blessy standards. He don't even want to be here.
Ooh, no, that was a great intro actually. I actually really enjoyed that. Next week we're gonna get Silver to do it, and we'll see how that goes.
Oh dear God,
Um,
Silver,
I'm
you and
not
I
what
should
ready.
do
about
an intro.
y'all can both do it. That's fine.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, that would be perfect because Sandwich and Blessy got to do an intro together, and then you and I can do
yeah,
one.
yeah.
And
You
we,
can
we, we
write
should
your
all
own
like,
scripted intro.
yeah, we should all like team up different weeks, like differently. So we all get
So
to do an intro with each other. That's a good idea. Okay, I'll stop.
Um, uh, yeah. Okay. We'll see. We'll see how this disaster plays out.
So, what about you, Baron? What have you done this week?
What have I done this week? Oh my goodness, so many things. Um, I went and got my new glasses so I can see now correctly,
Oh yeah,
which
look
is
at that.
quite amazing.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you, thank you. I have been working. I've been doing stuff at home, obviously. Um, I played some Divinity 2, maybe like 4 or 5 days ago, just because it sounded really fun. I played for like a couple hours, and then of course I played some Realm. Um, and then that's really it. I mean, Sandwich and I have been watching movies, one of which we're going to talk about obviously on this podcast. Oh, and then I went grocery shopping, and then I went to Spirit Halloween and I got stuff for my Halloween costume. But I think that's pretty much everything I did. I would play better video games, but my computer cannot run them very well right now. So I just dream about them. Okay, that's it. That's all I
Sounds
did.
like a future.
Very intriguing.
Sounds
Very
like a
That's all.
intriguing.
future upgrade for sure.
That's all I did. Sandwich. You gotta tell us what you did.
Hello. In case you guys have noticed, I've been super quiet right now because unfortunately Brand is being picked up on my mic for this, so I have to not talk when she talks.
I'll scoot over.
That didn't really help, but yeah, it's fine. So, yeah, I didn't do much. I worked a lot this week, so I pretty much only played tonight. And I played Dealfield Chronicles that Grandmaster Brand just bought me, and it just got here tonight. So I played about, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half of it. It's a strategy. It's basically Square Enix's Fire Emblem. Um, a lot of the same mechanics, a little bit different. Instead of like walking up to the person and fighting them like you're in a Pokemon match, you are just running up to them and you automatically attack when you get up to them. Um, and yeah, so far the game's good. I don't like the art style, which I told Blessy earlier, because they didn't want to go with the anime style. They went with like a realistic cartoonish style, which is fine. It looks fine, but it's just not. It's kind of weird for me at this point, especially since it reminds me so much of Fire Emblem. I also watched a little bit of Mr. Hannigan's Phone, which was the movie we were supposed to watch tonight, or well, when we watched it, but it was quite boring. So we decided to go with a different movie, which may have or may not have been a mistake. We will see. But yeah, other than that, just working, taking Grandmaster Brand to the Halloween store. We both got our Halloween costumes. I am going as Fred Flintstone, and she is going as the Fae.
You mean you're not going as Herman Munster?
No,
That's
I'm
an
not
alter
going. I'm
ego,
not
so it
going as
doesn't
Herman
count as a
Munster.
Halloween costume. Got it. Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Got
yeah,
it.
yeah. Exactly.
You're.
That's really good, guys. You guys are
Yeah.
awesome. Um, so Sandwich, you want to tell us a little bit about the movie we did watch since it was your pick?
Yeah, but before that, I have to ask. Now that I have you, so Overwatch, you said some stuff about it. I am very interested to know. So since it is kind of like a reskin, does that make you upset that it's kind of a reskin, or is there enough in there with the new stuff that it really doesn't matter that it's not really a new Overwatch? It's really just like Overwatch 2.0.
So here's the thing, right? I didn't actually play a whole lot of Overwatch 1 to begin with. I think I maybe picked the game up on console a total of 3 times, and played it for maybe an hour or two each time.
Blasphemy.
I didn't really play a whole lot of Overwatch 2, but I can tell you there is a little bit of difference in between the two. Like, obviously, there's new characters, new maps that are out, right? Um, but from what I can tell you and what I do know, Overwatch 1 was a fucking hit, right? Like, it was successful. It's a pretty much a really good model for a video game. So therefore, they didn't really have too much that they could improve on because it's already there. Um,
Yeah.
the biggest thing for me was before you had to actually buy the game, even though I think it may have been like $20 or something towards the end there. Uh, this is free to play,
I'm pretty sure it was
so you know
still
anybody could pick it up.
pretty sure it was
Anybody
still
could pick it up and
40
play it.
at the end.
Was it?
Yeah,
Jeez.
it was a. I mean, it was a major hit. I'm not a big Overwatch player, but I get the appeal. It was a major hit. A lot of people would call it a masterpiece of FPS shooting and that style of game.
I wouldn't go that far.
Uh
It's a great MOBA FPS. It is what it is.
yeah. So you do feel like you're still getting enough out of it, even though it's really just a re. I mean, even I saw Asmongold was talking about it, and even he was like, it's the same game, but the new stuff is going to be the stuff that comes out later, which isn't out yet, which is the for the whatever the PvE stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I read something about that. I can't speak on. It's not out yet, right? The only difference, the main difference in between the two games, Overwatch 1 was 6v6. Overwatch 2 is 5v5. So essentially, they did away with the tank spot. So therefore, Overwatch 2 tanks are a little stronger than they were in Overwatch 1. They're a little more OP. Um, that being said, it doesn't make too much of a difference. I've still had pretty much the same success playing with the game. I've still had the same amount of fun playing with the game. A lot of people said that it's weird for them to get used to this 5v5 after the 6v6. Me personally, I can't speak a whole lot on that because I didn't play the first game too much. So, but yeah, I think it's a good game. I think anybody looking for something new to play should check it out.
I also heard that it's not as many ultimates and stuff like it used to be. Like a lot of the older style was you do a lot about shields and ultimates and kind of running around with those and making sure that they go off to kill the enemy around you. I heard this one is not as much focused on that. It's more focused on like being able to fight one on one with people than having to depend on one like a group
I wouldn't
six.
say that.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that at all. Um, I mean, every character still has an ultimate, right? Some of them are a little more effective than the others, of course. But it's all about playstyle and how you feel like playing the game. Um, everybody still got shields. There's still healers that are going to be out there healing the tanks and just making tanks bullet sponges. It's still the same game down to the physics, at least. Uh, the only difference is instead of two tanks, you have one, and the one is a little stronger than it used to be.
Okay. Um, well, that's yeah, no, that's cool. I'm glad you're having fun with that because I mean, it is probably going to be a very popular game, especially with the last one being so popular. I'm sure they're going to make it even better than that one. My other question is for Silver. You said that you were looking at games that you want to review. Do you have any insight of what games you're thinking about reviewing?
Well, I think the next game I'm going to be looking at is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Uh, that game, I've been told by you that I should definitely try it out and see what I think about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that one a try. Beyond that, I'm gonna actually start looking into maybe some MMOs and possibly some first-person shooters. I was also looking at possibly playing Marauders with Waffleman and whoever else wants to join. So I have a few choices in mind.
Right on.
Yeah, so with Final Fantasy VII, I'll be very interested to see because you beat the original. I never beat the original, but I played a lot of it, and then I also played all of the first part of Final Fantasy VII Remake. The second part's coming out, I think, next year at some point. But I will be interested to see like what you think about it. Hopefully, we can get some like video in of you playing it and giving your reaction of like what the differences were and how you feel about where they took the game itself, because I know it goes in a very different direction than what the original game went.
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely have to. We'll definitely have to set something up for that because I definitely like to do some recording on at least Final Fantasy VII and see. Because I mean, I extensively played Final Fantasy VII, and you know, it wasn't. I can't say that it's one of my favorite Final Fantasies, but it definitely was one of the better Final Fantasies out there for sure.
And what's your favorite Final Fantasy, if you could say, so that the people can know?
Final Fantasy VIII. You already know this.
Oh, I know, but our fans, our like two
Yes,
fans
Hey,
in
Final
Belgium
Fantasy
need
VIII
to know
was
about this.
no Final Fantasy VIII was my
yeah.
my all has been my all time favorite Final Fantasy.
Now we know where the standards are.
Yeah,
So if they ever have a remake of Final Fantasy VIII, I'll be excited.
I'll work on that for you.
Do it,
I'll go talk to
do
them.
it.
I'll let them know.
yeah. I think the next one that they're remaking is nine. I've heard little whispers of it, so we'll see if eight's gonna get a remake. It seems like they're doing a lot of remakes lately of things. We got Ogre's Tactics coming out on the Switch, and I think a couple of other consoles. Um, and I know they're rethinking about doing another game. I can't think of the name right now, but there's quite a few remakes or like games that are getting remasters coming out. I mean, there's always remasters, but yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, that's what we've been up to, guys. Now we are gonna talk about the movie that we watched, which was Hellraiser. So we watched the new Hellraiser. It was interesting to say the least, and we're gonna give our scores for it before we get into all the spoilers and stuff and talk about how we felt about the movie. So we're gonna start this week with Grandmaster Bran.
Me with my score for Hellraiser. Okay. I'm gonna take that as a yes. I know you have to do your mic thing so we don't have issues. Um, nobody gets surprised. I'm gonna give this movie an 8. I think.
Not a 10.
Not a 10. Not a
Not a 10.
9 either.
An 8.
I'm gonna go with an 8, but I've got a really solid explanation. I still really liked the movie. It was awesome. I'll tell you more about it when we go over. Like why? Because I was looking for two specific things and one of them was in there. So I was very happy with it. So I'll give it an 8.
Fair enough.
All right, let's get Silver. What do you think?
I'm actually gonna give this one a five.
Right on.
I it it wasn't it wasn't great, but at the same time, it's better in my opinion than most of the movies we've watched. So
All right, Blessy. Let's see what your score is.
I am not gonna be so generous, and I'm gonna give this one about. I would say it. a solid three. This one's a three for me.
Okay, okay, we'll talk about why in a little. Sorry, I had to burp. Um, so I guess that leaves me. I am also. At first, I was gonna give it a zero. I was very angry watching this movie, and I'll explain why during the spoilers. But after a night of contemplation on it, I am also going to give it a five. So
Yeesh.
now we are going to get into spoilers of this movie. So I'm gonna do a quick run through of what happened in the movie. Uh, Go watch it first before I start talking if you want to. If you don't, then stay and listen. We appreciate it either way. Um, so this movie, oh man, this is gonna be hard. This movie starts out with basically a party. There's a bunch of people there, and well, no, it starts out with the box, doesn't it? So it starts out the party second. I'm so dumb. It starts out at two people with a transaction. One is getting money. One is getting a box with a cube in it. Um, the person getting money tells the lady that the cube is dangerous. She needs to be careful because it could cause problems. And she's like, "It's fine. It's for my employer." So she takes off. She brings it to her employer. At which we go to a scene where it's a party. Um, there's a young man, I'm guessing he's young, he looks young, walking through the party, and he happens to talk to this woman who I forget her name, but she tells him that her employer wants to talk to him and to meet her through the double doors. Uh, in this like mansion. So he goes and the guy's there and he sees the cube, which is not a cube anymore. It's like it's almost like a long square cylinder kind of, but like the middle part is a circle. So he goes up to it. He starts messing around with it. It causes he fixes the puzzle and he starts to at least, and then the guy who owns the mansion comes up and he's like, "Finish the puzzle, just do it, nothing's gonna happen." And he's like, "Do I get a reward if I finish it?" And the guy's like, "No, but I do." So long story short, the guy finishes it. We see him get stabbed by the puzzle box, in which a bunch of chains come down and they kind of like they go into his flesh. We don't see this, like it's blurred out in the background of what's happening to him. We don't get to see really what happens. You only get to hear what happens. And then it shoots forward how many years, guys?
Six
I don't
years.
remember. Was it
I,
6 years?
yeah,
It's
I
6 years.
think it was like
It's
six
six
years. Yeah.
years. I 100% that's a fact. It's 6 years.
Okay. So 6 years. This is so hard doing it this way. I'm just saying. I'm gonna have to figure out something else because it's too hard to do it this way. Um, So 6 years pass in which we get to meet our main character. I do not remember this girl's name because she was super annoying the entire movie, and she's like ex addict, I think. So she's living with her brother, and she's with. It starts with her being with her not boyfriend, but like friend with benefits, I'm guessing, and they're you know getting it on, in which they are in the brother's house so everybody who's there can hear them, and they like walk out and they're like staring at them because they were making so much noise, and they basically she's a screw up from what it seems like, and her brother's been taking care of her, and so we get where she's trying her best, I guess. And the brother's like, "I know you're doing your best, but you got to try harder to not mess up, don't relapse." And so we get this like brother sister relationship in which they're like, he wants to take care of her, she screws up a lot, and he kind of like bails her out. So we get to the point. I forget what happens after that, guys. Can you help me out?
What did you? I'm so sorry. I'm 100% listening to you. What did you just end on though?
I ended on where she screws up or something, and then she goes to her boyfriend's house or butt buddy or whatever his name is. I don't know.
Oh yes. Okay. So yeah. So the girl you're talking about, her character name is Riley. Um so she tries to do part of the puzzle in the box that she has, or that I guess they stole or she got. I was kind of confused about that part. I'm gonna assume they stole it. And it ends up. The idea behind the boxes is that each of them have a blade on it and they collect blood. So her brother ends up coming to save her because he kicked her out. And he ends up getting stabbed instead of her. And so Riley goes to her. I'm gonna say it's her boyfriend. I know they're not really together, but I don't really know how else to describe it in an easy way to like talk about it. That probably makes zero sense. But she goes to his house and she tells him what happened. And you know what? I really like this movie, but I wasn't paying attention to the plot because I was so into.
Oh no, you gave it an 8.
Because I was so into all the other stuff. Okay, no, I know what happens.
Okay. After that, they steal the box, and she starts fucking around with the puzzle. Her brother kicks her out. She takes some drugs. She messes with the puzzle. Her brother gets stabbed, at which you see that he gets taken by whatever the box is, but you don't get to see him actually like get taken. It's all off screen, which has been a fucking thing for us when we're watching movies. Apparently, all the action happens off screen. So the movie continues, and you see her, keep messing with this puzzle. The thing she keeps saying, she keeps acting like it's a toy that she needs to have because nobody else can have it, and it doesn't matter. People keep getting hurt around her. People keep getting stabbed or whatever by this thing, and then they disappear. And she's like, "Oh, something's happening. It's the cube. That's why they're disappearing. I know it's the cube, but I'm gonna keep using it because it's mine. Because and Lord of the Rings reference, and basically she doesn't give a shit about anybody else.
That was really nerdy.
Yeah, she's very selfish about all of this, which is what really just pissed me off about the character, because she doesn't give a shit who gets hurt. She just does whatever she wants, and everybody else can fuck off. Is the way that she acts in this entire movie. And so you get to the point where she starts figuring out what's going on. She finds out about this rich guy. They go talk to the woman from the beginning. The woman tries to take the box from her. She gets stabbed by the box. And she goes to the mansion after that. She finds that this box has 6 configurations, I think.
Yeah. Each one stands for a different, I guess, greed.
Yeah,
Sin?
Whatever you want.
there's
A different sin, yeah.
Yeah, different.
Somebody wrote down all 6 of them.
I'm gonna see if I can come up with them. Hold on. We got knowledge. Oh, why am I holding my hair thing? Sorry, I like knowledge, power, sensation, resurrection. 2 more guys. Come on.
Lament and life.
One, yeah.
Ooh, good job.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
cool. I mean, I know you're smart.
See, we watched the movie Copium Shirley.
So she finds out about this. She finds out whoever holds this thing when it ends gets a wish from this god or whatever. Gets a meeting with God or whatever this thing is.
Leviathan.
Yeah,
That's the god's name.
Yeah. So she finds this out, and she she still, even though she knows that this thing is trouble, she won't put it down. And so while they're in the mansion, shenanigans happen. She starts seeing these things that she finds out are called.
My friends. Just kidding. They're called Cenobites.
Thank you. So they're called Cenobites, and they are trying to get her to finish the puzzle because they want to see what happens and what she wishes. During this whole thing, as they're in the mansion, you find out that the last guy who got his wish did get his wish, and he now has a thing strapped to him that is pulling his what's it called, his sensations, the things that make you feel things.
They're
Come on, you're almost
they're
there.
attached to like his the sinews and muscles and stuff in his chest, and it looks kind of like heartstrings. Like that would be my metaphor, like my comparison as to what they were trying to pull off. But he's got this contraption through the middle of his chest, and it comes out his back. And they don't tell us, but every 5 minutes, every so often after a period of time, it turns on. And it moves those muscles and those sinews, like it turns them around. And they gave him that because he wished for a sensation, and that way. What?
It's his
Right.
nerves. It's not his muscles. It's connected to his nerves, and
Oh.
every time it
That
makes
works
them
too.
every time it makes them go off, it spins the nerves so that he's constantly having to feel stuff, and they can never get numb. So you find out that he's alive, and he stabs.
I mean, he's not just constantly feeling stuff. He's constantly feeling pain. Let's get that out there, because that's what Cenobites are all about, right? Pain and torture is pleasure.
Yeah, they're in the scene. They're in the scene how far the human condition can go, like how far pain and all that can go, because it seems like most of them were probably human at one point. And they all finished this box, and then this dude thought they were gods. He wished for whatever he wished for, and he got what he got, which was pleasure. As we find out later. So they try and run from the house when their friend gets stabbed by him to try and save her. She still gets caught. She gets taken. And so they go back to the house, and they make a plan to try and stop the Cenobites, because they find out that they can stab a Cenobite, and it will take that instead of them. So they make this whole elaborate plan, and they get one caught, but Riley drops the cube, and then you find out the big twist. The boyfriend was working for the rich guy the whole time. Bum, bum, bum. And it wasn't really that much of a spoil. I mean, it really, if you didn't know that, I don't know what to tell you. He was shady as fuck from the beginning. And so you find out that he's working for him. He goes to stab the friend, the brother's boyfriend. And he waits for the Cenobite's god to come down, and then he traps him in there, in which Riley gets a hold of the cube again, and basically tells him like, hey, I'm the one who decides who gets taken, because I'm holding this after it's done. And she stabs the boyfriend, and they take him instead, and they take the rich guy too, to give him something new, because he doesn't appreciate their gift, is what Pinhead says. And so at the end of the movie, they all get taken, and Riley chooses lament, which is to not take anything from them, and to live a life of remembering all the cruel things that she did because living is worse than death, is what Pinhead tells her. And so the movie ends with that, and her brother's boyfriend leave, and then we get a like video of the rich guy getting turned into some new Cenobite. So
Because he chose power the second time.
yeah, because he chose power the second time.
Because for some reason, after they finished the box for the sixth time or whatever, both Riley and the rich guy got their wish for some reason.
They didn't both get their wish. What happened was
No, they definitely did.
no. What happened was he traded his old wish for power because he tells Pinhead that their gift is worthless to him. And so Pinhead says, well, that's worthless to you. Then what would you have instead? And he says, power. And that's when Pinhead says, okay, fine, we'll grant you this. You get power. And I'm pretty sure the power was he gets turned into a Cenobite.
Yes, that was very nice. Thank you, Sandwich.
That was really good. So, Bran scored this at an 8. An 8 out of 10. Would you like to elaborate now, please?
I would love to elaborate. I love the Hellraiser bibbies. Oh my god. Sorry, I've been messing with my hair dye, and I totally like busted it open on accident. And I'm trying to keep it from getting all over my desk. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Hold on. I'm gonna remedy this while I explain to you guys. So I love the Hellraiser movies. I was really only looking for two things in these movies. One, we know people get flayed alive in every Hellraiser movie, and I was looking forward to that. So I was hoping either that would happen or somebody would get eaten. That was all I was looking for. Somebody got flayed alive. Multiple people actually, I think, got flayed alive. So it's absolutely fantastic to me. I loved every moment of it. No, I'm not psychotic. But yeah, it was really cool. The other thing, I will defend Riley about the box. The reason she kept the box and wanted it so much, I felt, is because once her brother went missing, she knew that was connected to finding him again. Because one of the reasons why she went and finished the game was or the puzzles. I guess you can call it a game. I don't really know. One of the reasons why she went and finished the puzzles is because one of the prizes you can get at the end is resurrection. And so she was thinking of bringing her brother back. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch like the last 10-15 minutes of the movie. So it was nice to know how the movie ended because I had absolutely no idea. Okay, the reason it didn't get that great of a score, it was kind of slow in the beginning, which I guess is true to the nature of Hellraiser movies, especially the first one. And we didn't get to see the Cenobites really up close. And we saw glimpses of them, but we didn't get to really see them until maybe about halfway through the movie and to the end. Like, we got to see them a lot, which I thought was really cool. And they're I'm just not a big fan of like man, I start talking and I forget the name of things. Not like love stories, but like, I don't know, the sex scenes in there, like all that was kind of unnecessary. I totally get it that there's relationships, and it I guess added some tension to the movie because when somebody died, you're like, oh my god, they had a lover, which is awful. Which to me kind of made the movie better. But yeah, those were a couple of the reasons why I didn't get a 10. But it was a really great movie. There was lots of pain. People got their skin ripped off. It was really cool. My favorite Cenobite was Sam's just looking at me like I'm crazy. My favorite Cenobite from this movie. I don't know if they've appeared in other ones. I also kind of wish. Okay, so we know that when the some of the characters disappeared from this movie, that they got taken by Pinhead, and we're gonna assume turned into what you write. We're gonna assume they got. I'm gonna assume they got turned into Cenobites, but it would have been really cool to see the people they've taken, like actually seen them turn into Cenobites. Like there was, I don't know. It would have been cool to see a Cenobite and be like, oh yeah, that's the person that got taken earlier from the movie. Like what happened to them? So that would have been kind of interesting to see if they made it a little bit more clear. But really that's not necessary because that's not what Hellraiser is about. It's just about pain and torture. But anyway, okay, back to what I was saying. My favorite Cenobite was the one with the big arc where they had like their head ripped open from like shoulder to shoulder, and they had like the big arc over their head, and they had it pinned on either side. That was really cool. That was really neat. I like that. It's kind of a good style. It looked good. It looked good on them. I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to tell you guys. Other than other than it looked good on them. So I didn't get to see them eat anybody, but I did get to see people being flayed alive and lots of hooks and people being hung up by the shoulder muscles and I did enjoy the rich guy's name is Roland Voight. So if any of you want to use his name when you talk about him,
No, not really. I mean, I'm cool with calling
no, yeah, you guys.
Roland.
I'm just letting you know in case that anybody was curious. But yeah. So I really enjoy. I did see the last like few seconds where he got turned into a Cenobite. And I did like the way they made him look. It was very fitting. The torture that they gave him because he was kind of an asshole of a guy. I don't know if Sandwich said this earlier. The reason I think he's an asshole is because he was this very rich guy who was using other people to open the box so he could get their blood and use that. So the blood powers each box, each puzzle, each contraption, right? And so every time you open it, it gets you closer to talking to the Leviathan or getting an audience with God, is what Roland calls it. So he was like not hunting, but he was just like getting other people that would like disappear, like nobody would really look for them, and he was using them to like gain his power. Kind of. I mean, he's an asshole for other reasons, but I don't remember Sandwich said that or not, and I thought maybe I would point that out. But yeah. Lots of crackhead activity going on in this movie too. So that was also that was entertainment. Okay. I think that's a good synopsis of my feelings for these lovely movies.
Cool. Matt.
Guys, if I'm not
Gave
here
it a
next
five.
week, send help.
Yeah. We got you. We was actually just discussing this before the podcast. Matt, are you still awake there, bud?
Barely.
You gave it a 5. You wanna tell us why?
I mean, I did watch the movie all the way through. I will agree the movie was extremely slow. The plot was obvious. The deaths practically comical because you could pretty much call each death when they're about to happen. The things that interested me the most about this movie, I enjoyed the Cenobite designs. Actually, I thought I'm a fan of the old Hellraiser movies, and I'm not saying that they're all absolutely fantastic and fabulous, but like I've always enjoyed the Cenobite design. I've enjoyed the idea that they have this patron god Leviathan, which is the god of like pain and lust and all the things of the dark. And I really, I like I said, I enjoyed the things that they did show of the Cenobites. Now, most of the deaths ended, happened off screen, and when you finally get to get like the first true death you actually get to see was pretty gruesome, not gonna lie. And it was with that chick in the van, where they rip off her back, and I was like, all right, that was pretty. Like during, I think that entire part, we all commented on, all right, that was pretty gruesome, that was pretty good, like. Other than that, I mean, it just the story wasn't good. Um, the characters weren't great themselves either. Bran, you write a lot of crackhead shit going on during the entire movie.
Literally, that was like, I think it took up at least 30 minutes of that movie.
I
Was
mean,
just people
it's
on
just
drugs doing
doing drug shit. Like
just
doing
crackhead
crackhead
shit. You're
shit.
just like, what?
And
What are we
and and
doing?
like I said, I like the Cenobite designs. I think that as far as that went, that was my intrigue for the movie. Like I was more intrigued of just seeing the Cenobites, seeing the designs they came up with them. The like the lady, the one that looked like a lady that breathed, like you could hear her raspy breathing. The guy that shittered that. The Cenobite that chittered that eventually got killed because they found the supposed loophole. Um, it just, again, it's not a good movie. It wasn't. It wasn't a good movie, but design wise, I enjoyed it. I think that was pretty cool. I actually liked that Pinhead was a female in this one. I actually think that it was decent. They did that decently. Now, granted, I'm not saying that it's better than the original. The original Hellraiser was great. Was it was what it was for its time. But yeah, I liked the spin that they had on with the Cenobites. I liked Leviathan. I liked that they actually showed the basically world, the Leviathan world itself, which is their god, coming down, being summoned. I thought that was pretty cool. So, but I mean, that's why I gave it a 5. It wasn't because the movie, like I enjoyed. I didn't even enjoy half that movie, to be fair. But the things that I did enjoy is what made me give it a 5.
Okay. Okay.
Very cool.
Sandwich, you also gave it a 5.
So originally, I was gonna give this movie a 0. I was very angry at the end of this movie. But I was also disturbed by this movie at the end of it, which I talked to Grandmaster Brand about. It was a little much on some of the stuff for me. Um, I gave it a 5 because I have been contemplating it since last night, and while I did not enjoy some of the characters, and I did not enjoy the plot of it overall, the tone was there. The tone was spooky. It was menacing. The Cenobites were menacing. They were creepy. They were disturbing. Their fascination with pain was disgusting. The tone of it was just spot on for what I remember Hellraisers being. I did talk to one of my buddies, well, kind of buddies, and I'm just gonna plug this in here right now. David from Horror Movie Talk. I asked him what he thought of it, and he said he didn't like that they kind of made Pinhead just a slasher, and that's kind of what they did in this movie. They kind of made the Cenobites more of like a slasher type thing than what they used to be. But if you recall in the first movie of Hellraiser, you don't even see Pinhead till like the end, and it's really just about this guy Frank trying to get back in his body and dupe the Cenobites from finding him. So overall, I think this movie, like, if they make a second one, I think that one will be fantastic if they learn from what they didn't do in this one. Like, I don't think any of the kills should have been off screen. I think that was poorly done. These movies are all about, the gore and stuff. That's kind of what Hellraiser was known for. But they were good when they showed it, and overall, the movie didn't disappoint me. I just really hated the characters in it, and like the whole movie, I was rooting for them to get killed. Like the whole movie, I was rooting for Riley and all of them.
It's true. You were rooting for the characters to just die off.
Yeah, and that to me just speaks to how annoying the characters were. Like, I didn't want any of them to live. I still wish they all would have died. They were terrible. They were all just dumb. But at the same time, it's a reimagining, and Frank also was that way, and so was the original lady character that I can't remember her name. They were all self-serving, and that's kind of why they end up, in this loop with the Cenobites, because they only take people who are kind of self-serving and want their own pleasures of the world over other people. So it did what it was supposed to do, which is why I gave it a 5. And the Cenobites look good, in my opinion, for the most part. Some of them were kind of dumb, but overall, the movie did what I expected it to do. And yeah, so that's kind of why. And if you guys want to, go ahead and go to horror movie talk and let David know that I sent you there. Maybe I'll get him on here someday. Horror movie talk. Just tell him, David or Bryce, tell him that Sandwich sent you. All right, and that's all I gotta say.
Okay.
That was the shortest view I think Sandwich has ever given a movie so far.
This is true, but I think he got his point across. I really do. Me personally, there's a lot to unpack here. I gave the movie the lowest score out of the four of us. I gave it a 3. I'm giving it a 3 because to me this was nothing special. This movie was not that good. It was. Me personally, I'm not a fan of all the Hellraiser movies as is. I think the first one was really good, and then all of them after that were kind of lacking, honestly. They just got a little more weirder through each chapter. I feel like they turned a franchise into something that they shouldn't have. The reason why I say that is because, and I think a couple of you guys even mentioned it as we watched this movie, how easy it was for her to open the box. Initially, this box was not supposed to be easy to open. In the book, I think Frank spent like hours upon hours trying to open this box. And it's because he's not who's chosen for the box, I guess. Like if you're chosen for the box is a lot easier to solve, apparently. I don't know, but the way the box works has changed several times, I feel like, throughout this series. And like so here in this movie, like anybody could just like it solved itself whenever they was fumbling with it and fighting over it. Like just it was super easy to solve all of a sudden. It's not supposed to be like that, I don't think. But like I said, over the years they changed it a lot. Me personally, I also didn't like any designs of the Cenobites. I think the original Chatterer was actually a really good design, and in this newer movie he looked less chattery, I guess you could say. Um, it just looked like a knockoff Chatterer of the original, right? So I was also not a fan of the female Pinhead with the boom mic for voice. Um, don't get me wrong, I'm not totally against the female Pinhead, but if it's going to be a female Pinhead, let her have a female voice and not some boom mic like deep voice, because that's not what this is. The original Pinhead, he had a deep voice. He was a man. It brought fear whenever you heard his voice, and just the boom mic here for me just ruined it a lot. I didn't like any of the newer Cenobites that we got to look at. I thought they were real cheesy, honestly. Uh, it was another Hellraiser movie for me, and not a very good one. Um, I I always I'm a fan of what the Cenobites are supposed to stand for. I think that's a really cool concept, but over the years, as much as that has changed and fluctuated, it kind of lost me, honestly. I I don't know. I haven't seen a good Hellraiser movie since the first one, like I said. So yeah, I gave it a three. Um, I I don't recommend wasting your time watching this movie. It was not good. The actors were terrible. The characters themselves were terrible. Um, the actors were all wrong. I feel like they nobody seemed to. I will say the only character that seemed to fit the actor was the lady that played Riley. That actually seemed to be a really good fit for character, but the rest of them, for me, just missed the mark. Um, I don't know. I was not a fan. Not a fan at all.
I'll kind of agree with you on the voice thing because I okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. I like the voice the way it sounded, but I definitely agree that it did not match like what I would have thought this pinhead would look like. And I don't even know, is it like a different pinhead or is it the same like soul or being, just it looks a little bit different. Like I don't really know if it's like a I don't know. So if any of you guys know, you can tell me. But I was
I think it's supposed to be different, but it's just like she's a female now, and
yeah, they
I don't know.
definitely
I feel like a woman can be scary with a woman voice. I don't understand their
yeah,
logic
yeah, very
behind
true.
the boom mic voice.
This pinhead definitely looks more effeminate than the original one. Um but yeah, so I like the voice. I just agree that it didn't necessarily match what I would have thought this pinhead sounded like. Or like when I saw Pinhead and then I heard the voice, I was like, "Oh, I really like the voice." But that's not what I thought was that's not what I thought was going to come out. So, yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah, I think what they were
Uh,
going for was androgynous Pinhead. I don't think it was supposed to be female. Maybe it was. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think the reason why the voice was weird because they were trying to go for like an androgynous Pinhead. Um, but either way, yeah, I think they made Pinhead look very feminine. And if they were going for androgynous, then I guess it's okay. But the voice really wasn't terrifying. It wasn't. The actions that Pinhead did were terrifying at a point, and yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
so.
I did.
I I I didn't find any. I didn't find any. I had no fear of these Cenobites. Honestly,
Oh, me
they
either.
looked creepy.
But I love them.
They looked generically creepy, but they looked creepy. Other than that, I did not feel threatened by them whatsoever.
I mean, they move real slow, so I want to see a Cenobite that can like run, like that that can like come get you.
Well, that one, the one that at the end there, towards the end,
Oh
it
yeah,
started to run.
it did. It ran at Riley, I think.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
one
and then
was
it
that?
got
Oh, that
caught.
was the breeding one. That one was had the thing
Yeah,
over
yeah,
its
yeah.
face, and then as it oh that what was that one like? What would it did it would it just like eat her? Like, cause I know it had the whole tongue, like the mutilated mouth, but like each of them are supposed to have a way of killing somebody, you know.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm.
oh no, go
I
ahead.
would say it's probably some kind of suffocation, considering the thing had a breathing problem.
Yeah, probably. My other question is, maybe I just don't remember the movie very well, because I was so into everything getting ripped off of everybody. Is Pinhead the only one that can make like the chains come out of nowhere,
Uh,
or
as far as I
Traditionally,
know,
yes.
as far as I know,
okay,
yes.
Traditionally, Pinhead was the only one that had the power to
uh-huh,
do the chains. But in this movie, it made it seem like all the Cenobites had that power.
right on.
I just remembered. I'm pretty sure Pinhead is female in this because I'm pretty sure that at one time Roland says priestess, not priest,
Yeah.
of
Well,
the.
yeah,
In
it would make sense to be androgynous anyway because it's supposed to be
um um
somebody who has passed on, right? Like,
yeah,
it's supposed to be an actual person.
my only thing is that the character, like, okay, I know this is gonna sound totally dumb, and I probably shouldn't even open my mouth and say it, but on the character list, they're listed as the priest. But yeah, he does call her priestess, which is why I was wondering earlier if it was the same Pinhead or a different Pinhead, because when I look at the character list, it says priest, but he does call her priestess. But that's well, yeah. See, I don't know what I never mind. It's okay. I lost whatever I was going for.
I mean, I may have heard it wrong. It maybe did say priest and not priestess, but either way,
Either way, it was a woman.
well, no, but
We all agree, right? It
well,
was
it
a
was the
female.
female that played Pinhead, but they also may have been going for
So
androgynous.
if it,
So that's,
but it's not supposed to be androgynous.
I mean, but it's a reimagining, so it's whatever that director wanted. It's a reimagining of the original Hellraiser, and those things are supposed to be not human, so they might have been going for a more androgynous feel, like how supposedly angels are perceived as androgynous. um that's the only thing that I can think of. Either way, I didn't think the girl Pinhead.
Again, totally different from the rest of the series, though. That I don't know. Go ahead, though.
I'll go real quick. Yeah, no, I totally get you. Like that. It's sorry. Hold on. Like 2 seconds. I know you want to talk. Um. Yeah, it's different than the rest of the series, which is why I was asking, because I was like, that's kind of weird that it would just change all of a sudden. But if there was like a backstory or like an explanation or a reason or to like how this came about, I would be more I would be more okay. Like I don't care, but I'm just curious to know like how did like is this a new Pinhead? Is it the same Pinhead? Why do they look different now? Like did they just decide that wasn't the fit no more and now they just like nope, I want to look like this. I do love the Pinhead outfit though. It looks really good. I like the I like the drip.
Yep, and this is when we all get canceled. Thank you guys. It's been a great podcast. Fantastic. You guys are great.
How is that gonna cancel us?
It was a joke.
I like Pinhead. He's got a fire outfit. They have a fire outfit. It's leather. And they have pins in their head. It's incredible. I'm kind of jealous.
Okay. Well, everybody gave their piece. Anybody got anything else to say about this movie before we end the podcast?
I do not.
Uh, I don't either.
I
It was a terrible movie.
I would like to watch a good movie for this podcast.
Yeah, you guys need to work on picking out your movies. The movie I picked out was incredible. Actually, all these
I
movies have been incredible.
disagree.
I disagree like that so much.
That's pretty good.
Hmm.
If Sandwich could talk right now, he would say he disagrees with you too.
All right. So, thank you guys for maybe listening to this whole thing. If you did, we really appreciate it. We have loved the support that we got from you guys so far. And yeah, this was another movie. Next time, we are going to watch Brand's next pick, which is the new Halloween movie that is coming out next. Why do you look confused? We decided this today.
It most likely will be the new Halloween movie, but I have to look at movies. Also, I would like to make one last comment. So you know how everybody says slay now when you look really good and they want to like give you a compliment? I think instead of saying slay, we should say flay because Pinhead is just that amazing at flaying people.
Mm, fair.
Again, if I'm not here next
Okay.
week, just know I'm probably
I
hanging from a wall somewhere. But yeah, so
yeah.
it was a movie. It was another movie, and much to like Blessy said, I would like to watch a great movie, but this may just be the curse of us deciding to do a podcast that every movie is going to be either mediocre or just plain shit.
It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Anyways,
Anyways.
we appreciate your support. Like Sandwich said, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Discord link down below. Um, what else did I talk about earlier? Oh, Lizard Beach on SoundCloud. That's how we got the new intro song. The intro song is actually pretty fire. I do enjoy it. Um, yeah, that's all I have. Anybody else got closing statements?
Yeah,
No.
I
No.
I do.
All right,
Hold
cool.
on. Before
Okay,
we go,
okay.
we also have a new logo, which is by.
Yeah. Check out at UhmanduhJay on Twitter. I will that link will also be down below. We'll set that up. Uh, she did an amazing job on the logo. I really enjoy it. She's a great artist. She does take commission, so if anybody needs some type of art they have in mind, be sure to follow her on Twitter and drop her a line. I'm sure she'd be ecstatic to work with you.
Yep. And again, guys, thank you. And always remember, don't say horror like me, because it sounds like you're saying horror. Say horror with enunciation, or else you'll sound like me. I hope you all have a good night.
Slay.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
It's a 10! Alright, I stopped the recording. Oh, nope.